Today I looked outside to see if I could find a love unconditional, one fully refined. I found gold, I found mates, I found pleasure, I found wine. But the thing I sought the most, it seemed I really couldn't find. So for the next 3 days, I tried to find love outside again. It was sunny, then it was cloudy, and then there was rain. I found laughter, I found pleasure, but thereafter was pain. But I still couldn't find love, and it drove me insane. Day 5, I was desperate, annoyed, and sad, because I didn't think there was a pain that could hurt this bad. So I crawled out one more time, for there was more pleasure to be had. Alas, neither wine nor gold could make me more glad. Day 6, I laid on the ground because I couldn't understand why no one would reach out or lend a helping hand. As I laid there with hope as small as a grain of sand, I saw a man with holes deep in his hands. With no other choice, I reached for his palms, and immediately my soul was warmed with a healing balm. By day 7, I shouted, I found the love that you all so desperately seek. It was not in pleasures, the wealth, or by the creek. I realized that love is not marked by the kisses I got on the cheek. After finding God, I knew I would need Him every day of the week. It was then that I realized that 7 days without God makes 1 week. Godspeed.
"7 days without God makes 1 week." I did that whole poem just for the pun. No, but in all seriousness though, that poem is basically a reflection of the prodigal son.
This son decided that, you know what, I want my inheritance early. So he got his inheritance early from his father, which is not really a thing that was done back in the day. So he gets his inheritance, and then he goes and guess what he does? He squanders it. Of course he does. And he realizes that, the servants in his father's house eat better than he does at that stage of his life, because he had hit rock bottom, right? And I think he hit rock bottom and then found out rock bottom had a basement.
We look for that love in places or in things like, friends or different like worldly pleasures or substances or whatever we think can satiate or fill that void in our hearts. But truth is,
the love that we're looking for is an unconditional love, and no human or substance or object is capable of providing that love or giving us the satisfaction of that love. Because even people, even the ones we cherish the most, our loved ones, fall short of being able to provide that love in its entirety, in its fullness. And I truly believe that whether you believe in God or not, that logically the only person who is capable of showing that level of love would have to be a being that is outside of us, beyond our understanding or our capabilities. So when we're looking for love and we're looking for acceptance or validation in these places, we have to understand that we won't find it. And I struggle with that sometimes, because even though I know I won't find it there, when you don't feel loved in certain areas, you still want to go look for those things. Well, to some degree, because I think when you get to know God more, the love, you start to understand the love a bit more as well. Right, you're not looking for that love from someone else. You're not looking for that love from something else. You understand that it's coming from Him, and this love is an all-encompassing love, a love that is willing to accept us even if we fall multiple times, or even if we sin against Him multiple times.
It seems like after all the pleasure, after all the enjoyment, there's always a bout or a season of sadness or sorrow, because you know that there's the real love you're looking for, the actual thing, the original that you're looking for, you haven't gotten. You've been dealing with the counterfeits for so long, and you're hyper aware of that, and that's what kind of brings us the sorrow deep in our hearts. It's like drugs, right? Like a quick fix. Like you get your quick fix and you have to get more and more and more.
That's not sustainable. Imagine if every time a season changes you have to do or go find something somewhere different. Imagine if you had to change where you lived every month. Like you pay rent for 1 month, let's say in May, and then the next month you have to move somewhere else. You have to switch based on the seasons. That just doesn't seem like a sustainable thing to do.
And yeah, it's a struggle, but I know that whenever I go a week without God, I feel extra drained. I just feel empty. And it's not a feeling in terms of like, oh, I feel pain. It's more of a conviction deep inside our hearts, deep inside my soul, basically. It's like, you know what? I'm missing something. There's something missing. And whether you believe in God or not, I think if you continue to engage in the vapidities of life, if you continue to engage in the pleasures of life, you will find that this is empty. This is just continuous emptiness. And that's no way to live life. And I just want to make this video to caution us to be careful where we're looking for love, because we won't find it in the places that we're looking for it. I could be looking for love in this container, brother. There is no love in this container. I don't even know what's in this container. Someone could be chopped up. Dead bodies could be in this container. That's crazy. Why am I saying this? But yeah, all I'm saying is that anything can be in this container. No, anyways, my point is, don't look for love where you have no business looking for love. You won't find it there. That person, you won't find it in their arms. That substance, you won't find it drinking it. That place, you won't find it going there. So whether you are actively looking for that love over there or not, I think you know deep down that you feel like, okay, maybe if I do this, then they'll love me. Maybe if I say this, then this person will give me this thing that I've been looking for all my life. But that's the thing with counterfeits. You know it's a counterfeit and it's not quite there. So you'll still keep wanting more. There's still more to be desired. So like I said, let's not be like the prodigal son. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's focus on getting love from God, not from anything else, not from anyone else. Because if you seek God first, these things will come. These things will be added to you. You'll have a pleasure that doesn't come from worldly things. You have a joy that doesn't come from the world. You'll have a certain outlook on life and a fullness in your heart that just doesn't come from the world. The world can't give you the things that you're looking for. It's just on this side of life, we can't fully get the things that we want. And the closest thing we can get to that is maybe experiencing the love of a wife or a husband or our families.
Through being kind, being gentle, being patient, having self-control, holding no records of your wrongs.
And that's great. That's awesome. But that's not all we should look for. Primarily, we shouldn't be trying to get the love of people. The love of people is great, right? We should, as Christians or as people who are just trying to do better, we should seek to love people as best as we can. But we should understand that we can't fully love them the way they need to be loved. So we need to show them that, you know what, God can give you the love you're looking for. So yeah, that's the word for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. As always, Godspeed.